Hey guys, it's Bendy, and I usually don't get into political stuff like this, but as a Christian, I'm getting involved. So, there is a thing going all over the news right now that a woman had a starving child. She had a baby, she had an infant. She went to 20 churches and begged them and pleaded with them just to give her some money, just to give her some formula, just to get by to feed her child. A lot of people saying it's not true that churches wouldn't do this. As a Christian myself, this wouldn't surprise me. So let me state this. The Bible states in the end times, during the birth pains, right before the trumpet sounds, hatred and lawlessness, famine and pestilence, men being lovers of themselves, and blasphemy. Nobody cares about each other. They only care about themselves. They think, oh, we worship God, that's good enough. No, the Bible states, love thy neighbor. If that woman came up to me and her child is screaming their head off and she looks distraught and everything and asked me to buy her some formula, mind you, I would probably buy her like one of the smaller ones, but it would still be enough to get her by for at least maybe a week or something. Because that's what Christ would have us do. So I'm going to state this. I'm not surprised that churches are doing that. They don't care. God cares. God is not the people. Do not blame God for what the people are doing. I'm making that clear. Do not blame God for what the people are doing. With what the world is doing and what the world is teaching, God is not responsible for. God has given us free will, and what they do with that free will, they are twisting scripture and making it about themselves. Now, why am I saying that I'm not surprised, and I do believe this woman? Because I was at risk of losing my home. I don't understand money. I mean, I get a little bit of money each month to be able to buy groceries, and my grandma helps me. She's my guardian. But I lost my payee, and my funds were frozen. So I couldn't pay my rent. Now, I'm not bragging about this. I am not bragging about this in the slightest. I pay about $300 for a one-bedroom because I'm in low-income housing. It's based on my income because I'm on SSDI because of my disabilities. You guys have seen the braces. You guys know I'm autistic and I'm BPD. I went to the church that I had been attending for 2 years, and I told them about my predicament. And I said, hey, can I have you guys help me out with rent just this one time? I will pay you guys back once the payee is reinstated. I will sign a form saying I will pay you back. It's not our problem. It's not our problem. Well, I'm at risk of being homeless. It's not our problem. It's not our problem. What if I lose my home? What am I supposed to do? It's not our problem. It's not our problem. You guys are supposed to be of God. Yeah. This was back in February. I was at risk of losing my home because I lost my payee. My payee did not reinstate himself, so I went like a month without a payee because I had to fight to get a new one. And that takes forever with Social Security. So yeah, I was at risk of losing my home because if you are a few days past the date of paying your rent, they will start the eviction process. They don't play. They do not play. I mean, payment is due on the 1st. Sometimes my payment doesn't come until the 3rd. If your payment is not in by the 5th, they will start the eviction process on the 12th, and you will be evicted by 30 days. That's how screwed up this is. And I explained to them, hey, I don't have access to my payee. My payee shut me off, and I am financially incompetent. I can't access my money because Social Security has frozen until they instate a new payee. Well, that's not our problem. Either you find a way to pay us or you get out. Yeah, the church refused to help me. I had to go to another church. Thankfully, that church helped me. But still, my own church and several other churches refused to help me, refused to take any consideration of my well-being into consideration at all. They gave me the finger and told me to get lost. That it wasn't their problem. Even whenever I was having that depression episode, like, they could see the pain on my face. When I walked back into the towers where I live, a lot of people know me. They could see the pain on my face from the depression because I was having a medication problem. And they could see that I was suffering. People asked me, "Are you okay? What's going on? Are you okay?" But at church, nobody cared. Nobody cared. I went up to the prayer team. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm not okay." They're like, "Oh, sorry to hear that. Bye." And then they walk away. So yeah, I'm not surprised that nobody's helping this lady. Nobody cares about each other. Nobody cares. So, and a lot of people are saying, "Well, maybe she shouldn't have had the baby. Maybe this, maybe that." People, it takes 9 months to have a child. It takes 9 months. She could have been financially stable before having the child. Things happen, honey. Things happen. And to the lady, if you do see this, I am so sorry that they treated you like that. Those people are not of God. They call themselves Christians, but if they turn away the hungry, I am so sorry. Especially children. We are called to help and minister. I am so sorry they did that to you. I wish I could have helped. I hope you and your baby are doing okay and that you got the help that you needed. But this is completely unacceptable by the church. Again, I will say this one last time. God is not responsible for people's behaviors. So don't be cursing God's name for what people do. God is not responsible for how people act. People hurt people, but God doesn't hurt people. Bendy out.